Okay, um, so this is the video I was recommended to make by someone I know, and just to kind of I guess, exercise in being more confident in what I know about. Also, I know the hat and all this doesn't match, but I have really bad hat hair right now, and it's 10 at night right now. So outfit drip doesn't really matter right now. But I was going to do this video on Pro Tools, which is a program I use for music editing, mixing, all that stuff. But I couldn't get the screen recording software to work just right on my MacBook, which is mainly where I do my stuff. On my PC, the screen recording stuff works fine, but Pro Tools runs like absolute dog shit on it, so one had one thing, the other had another. I couldn't really get it to work. So I'm just gonna go with the next best thing that I feel relatively confident in, which is guitar. What got me into music in the first place, music production and all that. I guess I'll talk a bit about music theory too. I know I'm by no means an expert on music theory nor the guitar, but I think I know enough to explain at least the basic stuff. Make me sound smart in front of people who don't know. So I guess I'll start by the strings. So this right here, the thickest string is E. The next string down physically, up musically is A. Then D. Then G. Then B. Then finally we have E again, an octave higher. A good way to remember that is every acid dealer gets busted eventually. Every acid dealer gets busted eventually. That's how my first guitar teacher taught me it. Shout out to Ryan. So with that out of the way, I guess talk a bit about music theory. So I like a lot of stuff in the key of D. I don't know, I just like the sound of it. I don't know why. I went back to listen to songs that I had on my iPod, when I was in 5th grade. A lot of them, knowing what I know now, tend to stay within this 4-key range, being F sharp minor, A major, B minor, and D major. Of course there's outliers, but that was the vast majority of songs. And I don't know, I've always been allured by the sound that those key signatures have. I will say, and I'll explain what this is more in detail later, but F sharp minor and A major are the yin and yangs of each other, if that makes sense. Same thing with B minor and D major. The music theory names are relative minor and the relative major. So F sharp minor is the relative minor to A major, and B minor to D major. So I'll show you what the D major scale sounds like. So this is what it sounds like. Sorry. So here we have D, and here we have D again. It starts on D and ends on D. D, E, F sharp, G, A, then D. One of my favorite chords, and I know I'm kind of all over the place. This isn't, you know, like a fucking masterclass on music theory. It's more so just for me to talk about stuff I know of, and I guess kind of ramble. I don't know. But the basic structure to a major chord, a chord is a series of notes within a scale that when played all together create a sound. So this is D major, and this is also D major. It just depends on how you want to play it. But knowing that this is just basic D major, right? Just bare bones, basic bitch D major. You can, for lack of a better word, and this is with any chord, spice it up. So the basic structure of a major chord is the first note, right? The third, so 1, 2, 3, but this 3 is also over here. So as long as it's the same note, it doesn't really matter on guitar. Other instruments vary, but so you have the root, which is, you know, the bass note of the scale, D, the third, as well as the fifth. And then you can, if you want, the octave, which is D again. So you have, there you go. Now, what I really like, what I found myself just playing over and over again, is the major seventh. The major seventh chord is that exact same major chord, right? The root, third, and the fifth, and the octave as well if you want it. But you also add the seventh note of the scale. So for the scale of D major, that would be C, right? So we can take this, and by adding C sharp, sorry, we can turn it into this. It adds, that one note just adds a whole lot of atmosphere, I guess, and spice, as a lot of people say. There's also multiple ways you can play the chord, all chords really, on the guitar. So that was one way, right? D major 7. And here we have D major 7 again. And this is also D major 7. This one was my favorite a lot. A little sloppy, but yeah, and there's also minor scales, sorry. So if this is a D major scale, right? Then its relative minor, like I said earlier, would be B minor. So this is the B minor scale. Here I'll play the D major scale and then the B minor scale, and you'll see how they kind of sound similar. One's like the happy version and then one's the sad version. So they're kind of like cousins to each other, or yin and yang, as I said earlier. So B minor, this is a basic B minor chord. To be honest, I don't really mess with B minor, the chord itself, a whole lot. It's, I don't know, I've just never really used it other than like when I need to, if that makes sense. I can show you different versions, like this is B minor 7. Well, first this is B major, right? This is B minor 7. Just with the B minor chord, you just take off this finger. I guess that's I guess the music theory bit of this. I'm just kind of rambling on. but I'll just do a little bit more. I'll just play something to end this because it's already like 10 minutes. So that was a lot of nonsensical music theory stuff. So here we go. What can I play? I fucked that up. I'm so sorry. I'll play something in D major. There we go. Now I came up with this one myself. This is so embarrassing. I am so sorry. Wasn't perfect, but I hope that gets something across. I'll end it by saying if you want an idea of what I mean by how the keys sound similar, I'll give you 4 songs, I guess, that all like are within that key sound, if that makes sense. I Remember by Dead Mouse. That's like a electronic house dance song. The Night We Met by Lord Huron. That's a beautiful song. That song made me cry the first time I heard it. Another one. White Lies by Odesza. It's electronic, but it's not like dance. It's a lot more atmospheric and a very beautiful song. All of these, to me, like those keys have like the beautiful sound, and that's what I've always been attracted to. I don't know why. But so we have I Remember by Dead Mouse, The Night We Met by Lord Huron, White Lies by Odesza, and what's an absolute banger of a song that's more energetic? Shit. I'm blanking. I know so many songs. The Other Side by Jason Derulo. I think you'll find that those all sound in some way similar. Even though they're different genres, you'll hear like how they sound similar. That's about it. Thank you. I won't take any more of your time.